Hey, let's take a look at your LT10 assignment from MT7. Don't forget to put your name on it. If you don't put your name on it, I'm going to be bugging about you turning it in. Questions 1 through 6, do those in ALEKS before we do that so you get the basics down. Here are some more challenging questions on your assignment. Now, on the first one, it's multiple choice. Let's just go through each one. So my first term is 8. Well, that matches, doesn't it? And then I'm going to multiply 2 times each of those. So 8 times 2 is 16. That matches. 16 times 2 is 32. That does not match. So we'll throw that one out. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. I start with 8 again. Now I'm going to add 8 each time. Plus 8 is 16. Plus 8 is 24. Plus 8 is 32. So that matches. So I would say letter B is a correct choice for that one. Let's take a look at letter C. That's an explicit one. So we're going to take 8 times n. So 8 times, whoops, did it again. There we go. And let me see here. I want a different color, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me choose. Well, we'll go back to purple. So 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. So it matches the first 4. So I would say that would be correct also. So on letter D, we have another explicit one. And we're going to go 8 times 1 plus 8 would be 16. That doesn't match because the first term is not 16. 8 to the third, on letter E, that would be way too big, wouldn't it? That's not your first term. So you only have one choice, B and C. On question number 8, I want to know which of these two people, Patrick or Lydia, is correct. Well, when we look at it, they're both correct. You can write a recursive and an explicit. So let's look at Patrick. So for Patrick, he thinks you can write a recursive. So my first term would be 2. And then to find the nth term, it looks like I take the previous term and I multiply it by -1. There's Patrick. Now, Lydia thinks it can be explicit. And I think Lydia's right too, because we know Lydia's right, because we know they're just different forms of the same sequence. So I'm going to take -2 to the times -1 to the n minus 1 power. And there we have it. On question number 9, I want to find the first term. If I'm given the fourth term, and I know to find the next term, I multiply by 4 and add 16. Well, to work backwards then, we're just going to take my term. I'm going to subtract 16, so I'm going to take 1104 minus 16, and I will divide that by 4. That will give me the third term. So let's go ahead and do that. And I got other things open, so here we go. So I take 1104 minus 16, and I'll take that whole thing and I'll divide it by 4. And you get 272 for the third term. And then I'll do the same thing to find the second term. I'll take my third term, which is 272. I will subtract 16, and I'll divide by 4. So this time we'll put my parentheses first, and I'll take my previous answer, I'll minus 16, and I'll take that answer and I'll divide it by 4. And I'll get 64 for my second term. And then to find my first term, which is what I wanted to do, I will take 64 and I'll subtract 16 and I'll divide by 4. And then I'll get 12. Oh, 12. So my first term of this sequence is going to be 12.